Hey guys, just a quick update because you all been asking on the chat about this whole NVIDIA stock drop and Microsoft and everything that's going on with DeepSeek. Just remember, it's going to be great for NVIDIA long term. Anybody who's building tech infrastructure for AI globally and has a corner on the market with these gigantic chips, including Blackwell and the rest, they're going to do great. So they trained a model for $5 million that cost $1 billion or more to train over at OpenAI. Yeah, the freemium models work for a while. Google saw this with all their freemium models. NVIDIA is going to win in the end. So they trained it for $5 million, DeepSeek, and now they're offering a bunch of stuff to Americans for free that you have to pay $200 a month for, like I am right now with OpenAI's ChatGPT as a testing mode. Let the consumer-based AI memberships duke it out on the front lines while you and I just sit back and wait for it all to come down the desktop using platforms like Tim's, anything LLM. You can download that in your desktop now for free, and you can get the tokens from DeepSeek almost for free. It's very, very cheap, guys, compared to OpenAI. And what's going to happen, it's going to drive the price down. This is a race to the bottom. And what does that mean for you and I, the consumer? It means if we're smart, we know how to use servers and LLMs on our desktop, like the ones I have downloaded, including open source models that'll be used in companionship with all the free with the paid models. If you're smart, you'll be able to bring all these down to your desktop on your I almost said quantum laptop. That's coming out probably 3 or 4 years out. But if you look at the AI computers, the NGUs, you can run any model. Let these guys, these superpowers, these big tech bros who want to pay for all their power structures by mining Bitcoin on their AI servers, just let them duke it out. It's all this cognitive lift, this cognitive intelligence is all going to come down to your desktop. The price is it's a race to the bottom, a race to zero. And the tech stack, the Blackwell chips and the silicon warfare that might happen over the actual chips, that's the big question in the equation, which is what is the strategy with all the big players in this market with chips? That includes the United States, China, and of course Taiwan. Whatever the political tensions are right there, it's all about who can afford to isolate the market in chips. And we'll see what happens. But just don't think that language learning models and the race to zero with those those language learning models is going to be an indicator of the long-term stock value of NVIDIA or Microsoft. No way. They're all in this together, guys. And it really just depends on what happens with the chips and who the investors are, both military and the whole stock market is really going to be driven by the fastest person to create the Cyberdyne chip, which I believe NVIDIA has already. It's not about the language learning models. In fact, I would not want to be the first person to train the more advanced billion-dollar, trillion-dollar trained language learning models because it's going to be way cheaper for everyone else because we're just going to extract the weights on all these big models and it's going to be super cheap. The cost of intelligence will drop to zero, but the cost of the frames and the chips and the storage and the memory is going to go way up. That means your LLM being able to remember everything about your life so that you have your own version of her. Those are going to be the big boys, and the war is going to be fought on that hill. Okay, it's not going to be fought on the hill of who has the biggest language learning model and whether or not they're giving you more for $19.95 a month. All right, so stay tuned. We'll talk about this more. You have a beautiful day.